1, 2, 3.
On one, on two, on three.
Welcome back to the podcast that doesn't exist. This is episode 30. Wow. 3 times 10 is 30. Today is 30.
I think it's 29.
29, baby. It's not. It's 30. It's episode 30. Come on, the podcast.
Episode 29.
Episode 30.
It's even 29 on the doc that you created and sent to me.
Okay, so that's why I'm tripped up. But it's episode 29. Stay tuned for episode 30. Next episode will
If we get there.
Will
Just
be
skip
episode-
29.
Yeah, fuck 29.
It's like
dude.
the iPhone going straight to 10.
I'm down to go to 30 straight up.
Episode 30.
I don't know. Could that sounds like a risk. I don't know if the investors will like that. It'll look bad on the spreadsheet. You know, baseball fans are a lot of numbers guys, if you know what I mean. That would really bother them if you skipped episode 29. But speaking of 29, the Braves have lost 29 games in a row. But that's not a big deal because guess what? We got Jurickson Profar back coming to save the boys. You excited for Juricky, Mitch?
Excited to not watch Alex Verdugo anymore.
All right, keep Alex Verdugo out of this. He was a hell of a Brave for half a season. Not even. Hell of a Brave. But Jurickson Profar is coming back, man. Jurickson Profar to save the Braves. Just, if you haven't been following the Braves, Chris Sale, that's about a wash. That guy's on the 60-day injured list with a rib. Is that what happened? That was confirmed.
Fractured
He
his
dove
rib.
against the Mets and broke his rib in the 9th inning.
Yep.
Tough way to go out. The Braves have been shut out 7 times, including 3 times in the past 5 games. So 7 times this season, the Braves have been shut out. 3 times in the past 5 games, they've been shut out. They have a worse record than the Marlins, so they're 4th in the NL East behind the Marlins, the mighty Marlins. Jack, you want to talk some shit?
Marlins.
Let's go, Marlins. So there are 183 qualified MLB players going back to June 1st. Here where the Braves rank. We got 3 of the bottom 10 hitters in MLB are on the Braves. We got 2 hitters with an OPS above 700 since June 1st. 4 out of the bottom 20 are on the Braves. Well, we also got 2 of the top 25. Shout out to Sean Murphy and Ronald Acuna. So you might say, you know, Braves are looking like the season's over. The NL East is over. But guess what? They didn't account for Jurickson Profar getting off the suspended list. He's getting out of prison early. Good behavior. It doesn't feel like 80 games. Has it been 80 games, Mitchell?
It's been 80 games.
It's been 80 games.
80 games.
Since Jurickson Profar tested positive for steroids and got suspended. And let me tell you something about Jurickson Profar. Great player, even better man, but I hope he gets booed so hard tonight.
If we didn't have this, I would have flown to Atlanta, showed up, booed his at bat, and come straight back.
Like I said, great player, better man. But if there's one guy on earth who deserves to get booed, it's Jurickson Profar. And it's nothing personal, and I'm not a boo guy. You know, I respect, you know, look at Michael Harris has been the worst hitter in MLB this year. I don't want to boo Michael Harris. I love Michael Harris. He's struggling. He's trying his best. He's going out every day. He's working with the hitting coach, and that fucker needs to be fired according to Twitter. But Jurickson Profar, to do steroids for another team, then go to a new team and get $45 million on a new team, then pop for steroids on a new team, even though you didn't even do steroids for the new team, you did them for the old team, and you cost 80 games and $45 million down the drain, boo the guy. He deserves it.
I feel like there are some Braves fans who are like, I don't get why you hate Jurickson Profar. And it's like, who gets suspended on the other team once they know they're about to get popped for PEDs? Like, he knew in the offseason that he had tested positive, and then he had that whole long appeal process. And he still went, let me go to another team that I've never played for. And he doesn't expect, I don't know why fans are defending that.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I don't blame Jurickson Profar as a person for taking $45 million after having a breakout season at 30 years old. I'm not saying he's a piece of shit for doing that. He's not. He's a human like the rest of us. I do steroids myself. I know. Can't you tell? There's nothing wrong with a little bit
You
of
got to juice for that softball, those Maestros softball games.
Exactly. We had a tough season. We're going into the summer year. Like I might hop on a cycle myself. I've considered it. You're not a bad person because you did steroids. You're not a bad person because you got $45 million. You're not a bad person because you hurt the Braves' payroll. But you do deserve to get booed because this has been a season out of hell for the Atlanta Braves. I'm about ready to wave the white flag. The funny thing is that I'm also have my brain is like, well, maybe this is where we turn it around. We get Jurickson back. Maybe this is what happens. I mean, it'll be a funny storyline.
I think 2021 was the worst thing to happen as a fan and the best thing. But like now in my brain, it can never be over. In 2021, the Braves lost to Cunha and won the World Series, and they were 500. They weren't 500 until August. So my brain is telling me it's not over.
It's not over.
Even though it probably is over.
Let's look at the playoff odds. This stretch has been bad. We lost 2 in a row to the Mets. Then we lost 2 out of 3 to the Phillies. Now we lost 1 to the Angels, which really sucks because the Angels are just a bunch of former Braves players too. So you got Travis d'Arnaud, you got Soler, you got Ian Anderson. I don't think he's still on the roster.
He's on the Braves now.
Ian Anderson's back on the Braves. Love that. Maybe he can give us a spark after the All-Star break. Who else is on the Angels who was a Brave?
Kenley Jansen. And then EY, Eric Young Sr. is their third base coach? Or is he the first base coach?
Not sure. On the Braves, he was first base, but I'm not sure if he switched over because Ron Washington is their manager, even though he is out for the season with a health issue. But, you know, it's a little, what we called them going into the season was a minor league Braves system where every single player who's not good enough to still be on the Braves is on the Angels now. And then you look at it going into the series, they have a better record than the Braves. It's a kick in the nuts. They come back home. Oh, we're back in Atlanta. It's fun. It's like they're probably coming in like, what happened, guys? It's embarrassing. It's like, you know, your ex-girlfriend you run into her, but you used to be really hot. Now you're ugly as shit.
Wait, you went into your ex-girlfriend, but you're ugly as shit?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she's like, the fuck? What happened? Like, she's disappointed. Like, dude.
I'm glad I left.
You're 400 pounds.
But you're jacked because of all the steroids.
Yeah, so Jurickson Profar, like I said, great player, better man, but I think he's got to wear this one on the chin. And I'm not sure Braves fans really have it in them either to boo Jurickson Profar.
I know at least 2 people tonight who are going to boo him.
Respect it. Respect that. So the boos are coming. Knowing that, we got at least 2 people in the stands booing Jurickson. I think you boo him tonight, you get it out of your system, and then you say, let's build together. Redemption tour for Jurickson Profar. Dude, you're laughing, but like that's how baseball works, man. Like it's a narrative game. At least that's
you
the way
boo him until his OPS is over 8, and then all cheers.
800?
That's how baseball works.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Jurickson, we're praying for you, man, but you got to wear this one. You're getting booed. The season is not looking good. It's looking like a tough season. We're behind the Marlins right now. That's not positive. But there are teams doing worse than the Braves. That is a fact. The Giants, for example. What the fuck's going on with the Giants, Mitchell?
I feel like every time there's a new second place NL team, we're like, well, if they win a couple of games, they'll be right behind the Dodgers. And then they lose like everything.
The Giants have lost not everything, but close to it. They're 4-10 since Devers got back. 3-7 in their last 10. Devers himself, last 7 plate appearances, struck out. That's 7 strikeouts in a row. 0 for 7 with 7 strikeouts. And that makes you think that Devers has to be the streakiest hitter in MLB because he had a start to the season just like this. Maybe that's just how he goes. You know, he arrives, you know, new team, new season. You're bad off the bat, but you'll turn it around. But it's actually kind of getting close for the Giants. I'm not sure how much more losing they can endure.
I mean, I feel like a week or 2 ago, they were many games above the Diamondbacks, and now they're within a game and a half.
The Diamondbacks are right behind them?
Right behind them.
And they're playing the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, and they just lost 2 to the Diamondbacks.
2 in a row to the D-Bags. So are the D-Bags getting hot? The D-Bags are up above the Mendoza line. And they're the opposite, where they've lost every single player. All their players got injured last week at the same time. but they actually got better somehow. Is that what happened?
Sometimes you just need your best players to get injured, and suddenly you'll go on a roll.
Who got injured for them?
So Corbin Carroll is hurt. They lost like every single pitcher you can imagine, and I think Josh Naylor.
Yeah, Naylor got hurt. I mean, a lot of these players who got hurt aren't exactly like jump off the page. Oh no, how are we gonna win without AJ Pook? But still a lot of injuries for him.
Oh yeah, they also lost their catcher, Gabby Moreno. So
that's a girl's name. Don't need him. All due respect, Gabrielle. But yeah, I mean, like, for example, like the Diamondbacks, their downfall this year has been their pitching, because going into the season, you thought they were going to have good pitching with Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, Brandon the Fought Bot. And you had Eduardo Rodriguez gearing up for a comeback season, and you had Corbin Burns. So, like, that top 5 pitching staff, that starting 5 is, on paper, one of the best in the league. But what do they rank in starting pitching? I want to say it's pretty bad. I asked Mitchell these questions like he's going to know off the top
for the
of his
season?
head. Yeah. And then I could look it up probably just.
So they, for the season, have a 4.37 ERA, their starting staff. That is 24th in baseball.
Ooh, and their relievers aren't doing much better,
No, I feel like their relievers are way worse.
Mm-hmm. 20. I have sunglasses on.
5.23 ERA, their relief core. Only the A's and the Nationals are worse.
I'm like, yeah, I'll put sunglasses on. It'll be funny for the pod. I look cool. And it's like I just can't read my computer.
Do the do.
But aesthetically, Mountain Dew, if you don't sponsor us, I'm coming to your office and I'm blowing it up.
Is that the same Dew you're just drinking from last episode?
Wow, man, you're going to call him out?
Same Dew from last episode. What are you going to do about it? Dews don't expire, baby. Nothing like a warm Diet Mountain Dew on a Wednesday afternoon when you're breaking down the Diamondbacks and the Giants. But yeah, like Ryan Nelson, for example, that's a guy that they got throwing out for the Diamondbacks. He gave up like 7 runs. What did he do? He gave up in game 1 of the series 7 runs against the Reds. Oh, sorry, the Reds.
So Ryan Nelson is the guy who took Corbin Burns' spot in the rotation. His first start was terrible. Ever since then, he has like a 1.61 ERA, filling in for Burns. So yeah, I feel like the Diamondbacks actually have to feel pretty good about that swap.
Yeah, I would feel good about it. Shout out to Ryan. Is it Ryan or Ryan?
I actually don't know how to pronounce that name. I always thought it was Ryan, but I don't think it is.
I'm going to call him Ryan.
Do you know, Jack?
How do you spell it?
Ryne.
It's got to be Ryan. Ryan
Nelson.
Sounds like Ryan.
Ron Nelson comes in, shuts down the Giants game 1. Then Zach Gallen, third best starter this year, allowing 1 earned run, striking out 10 over 7 innings. That's a good sign. If Zach Gallen can return to form. He's
been so bad this year in a walk year that, like, I saw his stats for the start in game 2, and I was like, oh man, he might be back.
Yeah. They're going to need him to be back to be back. Right now, it looks like they could be back, but also it's like maybe they're just playing the Giants. I think they're rallying around Ketel Marte and that whole fiasco. Ketel Marte, we covered it last episode. He's the hottest hitter in baseball after crying on the field, and that's what it takes sometimes. Get your emotions out, fellas. A lot of men, they're scared to show their emotions. Not on this podcast. By the end of this episode, one of us is going to cry, so stick around for that, and then we will rip off 3 of our next 4 episodes will be the best of all time.
Put in the comments who do you think's the first one to cry on the episode.
Won't be me because I got shades on. You'll never know.
He's been crying the whole time, just thinking about the Braves.
I'm emotionally checked out of the Braves. I was on Twitter last night. Every Braves fan is like just like having a mental breakdown that we lost the Angels. I'm like, guys, you guys sound like little bitches. It's over. It's been over. Like, I'm good at that. I'll check out. Like, we lose like 4 in a row. I'm like, all right, it's funny now. Now it's like I'm kind of rooting for them to lose. It's just funny. We suck. You got to check out. Once you start winning again, I'm back in. But until then, I'm checked out. I think it's funny. You know what else I think is funny is this Diamondbacks fan who keeps fucking interfering with the home runs, man. I think this is probably one of my favorite fans. I think this is like the Chad Zach Hampel. There's a new Zach Hampel, but he's jacked and he's ex-military, so he's not Zach Hampel. And he sits in the outfield at these Diamondbacks games every game, season tickets, and he just keeps interfering with the game. But is it legal? That's the question. This fan, not every game, but this fan has a history of interfering with baseballs in the outfield. And actually, in a way that really is very helpful for the Diamondbacks. So this man says he's been involved with 9 fan interference calls. That's his resume. 9 fan interference calls in his career. He has season tickets, sits in the same place, right in the outfield, left field wall, right on the wall, and has caught 24 home run balls in his career. So what a resume. 9 fan interference, 9 reviewed plays in the outfield, 24 home runs caught in a decade. You got to put him up with Hampel at that point. I think he's up there with Hampel.
Especially because he's only going to one park. Hampel's trying to go everywhere. But this man is dedicated to only catching Diamondbacks balls.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Does Zach Hampel have 24 home run catches in the past 10 years?
Probably.
Probably has like
100.
You got to respect the GOAT. Say what you want about Hampel. There's no one better at catching foul balls than Zach Hampel. The guy catches balls. Can't take it away from him. But this fan of the Diamondbacks, he's also been ejected 3 times in his career for interfering with balls. In 2022, he reached over and caught this ball, which if you're not watching, you probably can't see, but he caught this one. Hits off the wall and bounces. 2-run score. So instead of a ground rule double, instead of bouncing off the wall and 2-run scoring, it's a ground rule double. And that saves the Diamondbacks a run. So he interferes with this ball in 2022, saves the Diamondbacks a run. All right, the next year, Lourdes Gurriel hits a home run. Stone Garrett tries to rob it. He doesn't give him a chance. He reaches over, interferes with Stone Garrett. Since he didn't technically reach over the wall, this counts as a game-tying home run for the Diamondbacks. Again, this is legal. He's not reaching over. This fan is really good. Like, he knows the line, and he just puts it right over. So if that outfielder's glove is going up, you cross that line as an outfielder, you're in the fan's area. Fan rights, as we've established in the past. As a fan, you have rights. If a player reaches over into your zone, you can fuck him up and you can interfere. Just don't reach over that line. This guy doesn't reach over the line. So he gets a game-tying home run for the Diamondbacks in 2023. There's another play in 2024. He reaches over a Pirates outfielder on this play. On the field, it was ruled a home run. This was an umpire review, and it stood. This could have been caught, but the Diamondbacks get a homer because of this fan. Again, that's 3 plays where he reaches over, kind of in the gray area, and helps his team win. And then on Monday, up by 1, Christian Koss smokes one. Tim Tawa tries to catch it, but a fan reaches over and catches it first. It looks like he prevented his own team from making a catch. This is Alec Thomas is in the outfield, kind of giving him shit for it. It actually helped him. The umps ruled this is fan interference. So this was what was a home run is now just a double. However, even though this helped the Diamondbacks, this one was illegal. They caught him this time. He was ejected, and now he's banned from going to Diamondbacks games for the rest of the season. Honestly, I feel for him. And I think the Diamondbacks are doing it reluctantly because this guy interferes with so many balls, but every time he does it, it's to help the Diamondbacks. He's the best at it.
Yeah, the Tawa one, he caught it after it went past Tawa. He didn't have a chance at that. So really, all he's doing is playing defense for the D-backs. If it's a D-backs hit ball, he's catching the home run. If it's not, he's saving a double, a triple maybe, or like a run scoring. I don't get why D-backs fans are mad at him.
They can't be. I don't understand. And a lot of people are mad at him, like, oh, like they're giving the Zach Hampel treatment. Oh, a grown man trying to catch foul balls, home runs. It's like, dude, yeah,
He ain't trying.
he's
doing.
He's doing it.
He's also staying for the most part in his section. He said with the one the couple of days ago, he noticed that the fans weren't moving and then he reached over, but he's not like running through sections to catch these balls. That's his seat. And he's just maybe reaching over the fence a little too much.
24 home runs caught for this man.
Does he keep them all?
Oh, he keeps them all.
Have you seen the layer? Does he got just thousands of balls in his house?
He did an interview with Arizona Sports radio, and at the very end of the call, he goes ahead and shows all of the signed baseballs that he has, and then he has a special selection or special case for all of the home runs he caught.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Why do you got to suspend him from the stadium? Just make him sit in the third deck where he can't do anything for 1 year. Just a little bit of a suspension.
I think he needs to appeal the suspension. Like, I feel for him.
We really do need, you know what I'm saying? We got the owners representing the owners in the league. The commissioner represents them. The owners are covered. We got a players association that protects the players. Who's protecting the fans? Do we need to start a fan union?
I don't think that's a terrible idea.
I mean, these fans need protection. I mean, how many of us go to the games, we're getting too drunk, we're getting kicked out, it's not fair, we're getting hit by foul balls, black eyes, we can't sue. We got a lady in Philly getting hit by a hot dog. Rest in peace to her. She died, probably. Pull up a picture of that lady. She didn't get shit for that because there wasn't a fan union to protect her, and that's in Philadelphia, the city of the union. Union workers need to band together, but a fan union I think that would work well. Fans of the world unite for fan rights. Legalize it.
I mean, how many hot dogs did she get hit with, bro?
She got hit by one.
She looks like she got beat up, bro.
She got hit by one hot dog, but that's all it takes. You take a glizzy to the mouth. They're harder than they look. This guy has 1,200 autographed balls, man. I respect this fan. Free my man. Free my man, man. Free my man, man. But speaking of people getting hit in the hot face with hot dogs in Philadelphia, the Phillies are playing the Padres. What do you got on the Phillies and Padres series, Mitchell?
So they're playing a doubleheader right now, but Bryce Harper's back. The whole time the Harper was out, I thought the offense would struggle. Didn't really. Zach Wheeler has been.
What do you mean? Dude, they did struggle.
I feel like they were just league average, weren't they?
I'm sure maybe but the past week or so, they got shut out 3 times.
True, they did get shut out.
Yeah, they got scored 1 run in a series against the Astros. Then against the Braves, they had 1 really good game. Scored 13 runs, and I'm sure that skews the numbers. Bryce Harper was out for a month, I want to say.
I feel like he got hit by Strider at the end of May, came back for a couple of games, and then went out after that.
So about a month. And then against the Braves, they got shut out twice. So the offense has been struggling really bad lately. Over that full month, they might be average, but the last week or so, it's been really bad. But I mean, I didn't even see has Bryce Harper awakened the Phillies?
It's been 1 game.
It's been 1 game, but they won that game, right?
I mean, yeah, they faced Matt Waldron, the knuckleballer, and it did not go well. He finally upped his knuckleball usage by 40%. I looked at that, I was like, oh, he must have had a great game. Now he got clobbered.
Matt Waldron, the knuckler. The guy that we made a video about. The knuckler's coming back because of Waldron. I really still have hope for Waldron, but he got injured last year, or they sent him down first, right? They sent him down to because he wasn't doing well. And then I think he got hurt after that, but he's missed about 6 months of MLB time. He spent this year in the minors. I want to say he's made 5 or 6 starts in the minors. And I think he didn't do well in the minors. He had a 5+ ERA at his few starts. But he's coming back to the MLB now, and he threw 74% knuckleballs. So last season and the season before, he was throwing it about 38% of the time. So it was more like he was a knuckleballer, but he also has a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. He's got gas, so he mixes it up. But now it looks like he's switching to more exclusively knuckleballs, 74%. I'm excited to see what Waldron does, but his first game back, walked 6 people, gave up 4 earned runs on 6 hits, only 3 Ks against the Phillies. On the other end, you have Zach Wheeler, who's been the best pitcher in baseball. This guy knocked up his wife, and it's been unbelievable ever since. So the same month that he gets his wife gives birth to a beautiful baby child. He has a .58 ERA this month, lowest in MLB. Gave up 2 earned runs in June. 2 earned runs in June, bro. And against the Padres, 10 Ks to beat the Padres. Lead the league in WAR. Wins and strikeouts. So Zach Wheeler. I see you, boy. I see you, boy. Keep it up. On the other hand, Tatis Jr., this blew my mind. You know Tatis Jr. has the same batting average as Xander Bogaerts?
No.
What happened?
I have I feel like he had a really good April.
He had amazing April. I think in May too. I thought he was going to be the MVP of the NL for a minute there. But over the past 2 weeks, 130 for Tatis. I think it'd be interesting to see this. I remember watching a Padres game about a week ago, and they were showing like how often he's been like switching his batting stance and his leg kick. It's like pretty exhausting how many changes he's making to his stance. So he's trying to find it, and I'm sure Tatis will find it. But I mean, we're talking about how bad Xander Bogaerts has been and how that's hurt the Padres so much. But if Tatis is hitting the same as Xander, I mean, that's a big issue for the Padres. And in other news in this series is that the Phillies got a service dog. Meet Tugger, the Phillies' new service pup in training. Tugger is named after beloved Philly and Marine reservist Tug McGraw and will embark on a mission to support a veteran with a disability, thanks to Team Foster and Warrior K9 Connection. And this just goes to show how much Philly has fallen off. Like, what happened to the blue-collar Philly fuckers? They got service dogs now? Little service puppies going around the stadium? It's not Philly.
I mean, this puppy's not even trained. It's not even a service dog yet. It's a service dog in training. He doesn't know how to do anything.
It's cute.
He's like, what, a couple weeks old?
Yeah, dude. I don't like it.
You're a monster. This dog's cute as hell.
It's not Philly, dude. If they did that in San Diego, I'd fuck with it, but not in Philly, bro.
I feel like the Braves are the only NL East team now without a dog. Maybe that's the problem.
The shit the Nationals pulled with that dog bat boy thing, they should get so much shit for that.
I was so disappointed in that.
I
thought about going to that game. I'm glad I didn't.
See the puppy. Come on, babe, let's see the game. They got a dog. I mean, that's what that's for.
They got a dog bat boy, and oh wait, they actually didn't even use him.
Bro, it was the most offensive thing I've ever seen in Major League Baseball is the Nats doing this whole ad campaign sponsored by some dumb dog treat company, which apparently, according to my beautiful girlfriend, is not even healthy dog treats, and they're killing dogs because the treats have chemicals in them. But that's a different story for a different day. But you're on notice, Greenies. If you want to sponsor us, I won't talk about it. But seriously, Greenies, stop killing dogs. They're if you're giving your dog Greenies, stop it. Give them the natural shit. The Nats are like, we got a bat dog. The bat dog is making their debut. It's going to be a bat dog. And we've seen bat dogs all over the minors. We've seen them perform. They can do it. A good bat dog, there's nothing better. They go in and out in between innings, and there's a bat, like they're a bat boy. They'll pick up the bats and bring them back to the dugout. It's amazing to see. So the Nats go off like, oh, we got a bat dog now. First bat dog in MLB history. They do like a ceremonial bat pickup before the game where they just put a bat on the field and they're like, everybody watch. This is sponsored by Greenies. We have a bat dog. Game didn't even start yet, and the dog fucks it up too. It didn't even do it right.
Maybe that's why they didn't end up using him. They realized he wasn't ready for the bigs. They saw his warm-ups. They were like, nah, back to the minors you go.
It was not ready for the bigs. And also, MLB would never allow a bat dog in MLB. There's no chance they allow a bat dog, especially with the pitch clock.
The pitch clock could give more incentive to have a dog if the dog's actually good at it.
The dog is good at it, but you don't trust a dog because they have low IQ. No offense to dogs. But
If they want to use dogs, here's what you do. When the pitch clock runs out, you release the fucking hounds, and they attack the pitcher.
Who let the dogs out? Who?
Torpedo dogs.
All due respect to dogs, but the way these MLB teams are throwing out dogs, not my favorite. I love dogs too. Bark in the park, overrated as well. I said it, I'll say it. Overrated. As a man who's gone to multiple bark in the parks. It's cute, you give a dog a hot dog, but it's a little distracting when you're trying to wrangle in a freaking dog who's like scared as fuck because there's like 30,000 people in the stadium and like 40 dogs in this section. It's just distracting as crap. Not to mention, there's dog crap everywhere. But speaking of dogs, Blue Jays.
Great transition.
The Blue Jays. They're on the Yankees' heels. And they're playing the Yankees on Canada Day. Is that right? Wasn't it Canada Day?
Yesterday was Canada Day.
Oh, Canada, my home and native land. Canada Day is actually an amazing day for baseball in Canada. They wear those red jerseys every year. Toronto does on Canada Day. They play that game in the afternoon, and it's sold out every year. And I got to say, those red Blue Jays jerseys, love them. Love them. 10 out of 10, love it. Makes me want to be Canadian. Psych. But seriously, good jerseys. And good teams, too. Mitchell, you got what happened. What happened in the Blue Jays-Yankees series so far?
Game 1, the Yankees have a lead, then Anthony Volpe screws it up. He throws to the wrong base twice, and the Blue Jays come back and win. Max Scherzer pitches really well.
Well, didn't Volpe after that game have a quote, too, that people are really giving him shit
He basically was like, yeah, of course I'm going to try to get the out. I defend those throws. And if you watch the video, both throws he had no shot. He tried to get the runner at third, and by the time he's throwing it, the guy is already sliding into third. And then on the one where he threw it to first, it's not an error, but it was an infield hit that allowed the runner at second to move up. No shortstop in baseball can make that play. Like, the guy was safe by a mile, and now you just let the runner on second move up, and that runner ended up scoring.
So it's not really like a skill thing. He's bad at defense. It's more of a mental thing. Like, he's making bad baseball decisions. Low. He has dog IQ at shortstop. They basically got a dog at shortstop in New York.
He does look like a nice puppy dog, doesn't he? Just like
He does.
he has that puppy dog face.
No, I mean, dude, Volpe looks like a great guy. Great guy. Great with the kids. He's Filipino. Mitchell, you're from Philippines.
I'm not.
You live there.
I did. But yeah, got the Filipino genes. They had a Filipino thing on the field in Canada. I didn't understand that. But yeah, I don't know. He's hitting better than he did last year, but he won a Gold Glove last year, and now his defense is below average. So I don't know what's happened. It's like he put all of his focus on hitting. Maybe.
I don't understand that happens either. How do you be one of the best defenders in baseball and next year you're one of the worst? It's rare. Has that ever happened in baseball history?
Yes.
Oh, it has. When has that happened?
Remember when Andrew Jones went to the Dodgers?
I don't know. That was before defensive metrics were invented. I barely remember that. No, how old was I when Andrew Jones, 2007?
2000. Was it 2007? Either 7 or 8. Yeah.
Sounds right. Yeah, Andrew Jones, kind of lost some athleticism. But Anthony Volpe's in his prime. The guy's like 25 years old.
Yeah. I really don't know. I mean, I don't watch enough Yankees games to pick apart the analytics. But, I mean, Yankees fans hate him. Yeah. I think part of the reason is they expect him to be Derek Jeter. And he's not Derek Jeter. But that's like a high bar to set, right?
Mm-hmm. Derek Jeter also really bad at defense.
Very bad at defense. So maybe he's doing a Derek Jeter impression.
Yeah, that's probably. They wanted me to be more like Derek Jeter. All right,
he heard it.
Yeah, I got this, guys. And I want to say in Game 2 he made another error too.
I didn't get that part. I just saw George Springer own the Yankees in Game 2. He made sure that Canada Day was for the Blue Jays. 7 RBIs, 2 homers, 1 homer off of Max Fried. Fried allowed 4 runs in 5 innings, and the Blue Jays destroyed the Yankees.
Yeah, that was a big win yesterday for the Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays win today, they will be tied in first for the Yankees. So, what a great time to be a Canadian. I know your hockey team suck dick and you haven't won the Stanley Cup in 30 years, but at least you're 1 game behind the Yankees. You can hang your hat on that, guys. I know cost of living is crazy in Canada. I've heard of that. What else is going on in Canada? Trudeau stepping down. Who's the new prime minister, Mitch?
I don't know.
We don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to find out what's going on in Canada. Max Scherzer's back. How did Max Scherzer do?
He had a 7 strikeout game, and then he said the thumb issue is extended to his forearm, so he's day-to-day.
What? Max Scherzer's day-to-day.
Last episode, I was like, yeah, I'll take Max Scherzer over Clayton Kershaw. Idiot. I'm an idiot.
So first it was the thumb was hurting something else, wasn't it?
It was like his hip, wasn't it?
The thumb is connected to the hip, and now the thumb is also connected to the forearm, which actually makes a lot more sense. But the fucking did someone get Max Scherzer a new thumb? We need this psycho on the mound as much as possible before he hangs it up. And the fact that a thumb is preventing us to see more Max Scherzer starts really hurts. I feel like you could amputate it. No, you probably can't pitch without a thumb. That'd be tough. But yeah, shout out to the Blue Jays. I'm excited. What time does that game start? That's a night game. A lot of day games today. A lot of double
headers. A lot of games today.
Yeah. I think what happened is and there's been 4 games in MLB since our last episode because everything got rained out. The game we were going to go to got rained out. That put me back a lot of money. But
you want to talk about it?
Well, yeah, we bought tickets, to go. I was like, I'll treat the team to a nice freaking game, celebrate, million subscribers. It'll be awesome. Spend a check to get freaking box seats, not box seats, but we're gonna sit in the Delta Club or whatever it's called. Game got postponed. I'm like, fuck, and we can't go because the game is supposed to be today. So I sold them. Turns out if you buy tickets to a game and it gets postponed, you get a refund. I didn't know that was a thing. And then if you buy tickets on the MLB app, they just like, oh, you want to sell them? It takes like 2 clicks. Yeah, we can't go. I'll sell them. Boom, boom. And they're like, oh, we'll price them for you, like the competitive prices. They sold them for $37 each, Mitch. Those are like $250 tickets, probably.
And the person you sold them to get a refund for the postpone?
No.
No, dude, the person who got them probably sold them again for like 3 times that. These hawks, man. We got to do something about Ticketmaster, these pieces of shit. But I'm never going to a Nats game again. But no, actually, we could probably go a different time. But yeah, shout out to the Blue Jays for trying to win the AL East. They might do it. And the Orioles are not too far behind too, right?
They're 11 games back. So basically, the Marlins and the Orioles, same chances.
Gotta respect it. And they're playing the Rangers.
Yes, that was the first game. Did you see it? One of the weirdest games probably since the DH was invented.
I saw Adolis Garcia hit a home run and take his dick out in the middle of the field. That was amazing. If you haven't seen that, go Google that real quick. Adolis Garcia taking his dick out on the field. It's one of the best home run pimps. He went ballistic after hitting that home run. But they still lost.
Yeah, it's because they had to use Jack Leiter, the starting pitcher, as a pinch hitter. I really thought he was going to double. Like, I was watching that game, I was thinking, he's going to hit a double. The Rangers are going to be back in it. I mean, Ryan Nelson got a hit earlier this year. How hard can it be? Struck out on 3 pitches. I do think when you face Andrew Kittredge in your first MLB at bat, it's a little bit deceiving because Kittredge looks like he's about to soft toss you a ball and then he throws like 95.
I mean, I could hit it, but yeah, point taken. That's kind of my sweet spot, 95 mile per hour. I'm the opposite. If you throw me soft lobbers, I'm striking out every time.
I mean, those 45 mile an hour softball pitches are really setting you back.
Yeah, but if you got the heat, you bring in one of the top prospects, I'll give him a ride. But yeah, they split. But the Rangers fucked them up last night. Hit a bunch of ding dongs.
10 runs. Jacob deGrom got run support. He now has a lower ERA than Tarek Skubal.
That's what I was thinking.
And he's hit 100 innings for the first time since 2019.
Damn. Look at him, the innings eater. The innings eater, Jacob deGrom. Yeah, he could win Cy Young.
Yeah, Jacob deGrom is 14th in baseball in innings pitched, while having the fourth or fifth lowest ERA in baseball.
I don't understand how pitching WAR just is not real. WAR, I'm out on WAR. I don't think WAR is a good stat anymore. So you're telling me Jacob deGrom, who's pitched 101 innings with a 2.13 ERA, and you compare him to Tarek Skubal, who's thrown 7 more innings than him and has a 2.15 ERA. So the same ERA and pretty much the same innings pitched. So they've given up the same amount of runs in the same amount of time. But Tarek Skubal, according to Fangraphs, is 2 wins better than him?
Yeah.
Because of strikeouts?
It's because of FIP. So, Jack, do you know what FIP is?
FIP, if I'm correct, it's the name of a Looney Tune.
You got
He's on fire with these.
We can move on. He knows what FIP is. Bro, I'll be honest, I don't even know what FIP is. I know it's a fielding independent pitching.
So it's basically factoring in, if you took out the defense, what is the pitcher doing? Are they allowing homers? Are they walking batters? Are they striking out batters? And pop-ups, I think, are in that equation too. But everything else is taken out. So the only thing it calculates is, do you have a good strikeout rate? Are you good at walking or preventing walking batters? And do you not allow homers? And that's more important in this equation than actual runs on the field. So I'm torn on Fangraphs WAR because that's the primary input. Tarek Skubal doesn't walk batters. He strikes out a lot of batters. and doesn't really allow homers. So he has a really low FIP. His FIP is under 2 runs. Jacob deGrom hasn't really struck out batters this year, but then his homer rate is slightly higher and his walk rate slightly higher. So FIP sees that as being less valuable than what Skubal does.
So essentially, because he strikes out less people than Skubal, he's 2 wins better than Skubal, even though they've had the same exact results when they pitch. So to me, like WAR, especially Fangraphs WAR, when it comes to pitchers, is way more of a predictive stat than it is a actual what happened in the game, which is that really what we want to look at when we're talking about who's had the better season? Like, it's basically saying Skubal should have had a better season than he's had. DeGrom, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Baseball Reference WAR, too, though, is a weird one because it's just runs allowed. So you can be a pitcher who has like 40 unearned runs and like 2 earned runs, and it would say that you're a terrible pitcher. So I don't know how I feel about that either.
Bro, I think I'm going back to wins. I think if you win the most games, you're the best pitcher. Honestly. I'm going full circle with it.
So Paul Skeens is a terrible pitcher.
Yeah, I think Paul Skeens needs to improve. Paul Skeens needs to improve. 2.03 ERA with 4 wins. That's so funny, bro.
Paul Skeens pretty much needs to go to his Don Kelly and say, just make me the DH. I know how to hit bombs.
I saw the funniest tweet yesterday. It was like, the best pitchers in MLB are number 1, Paul Skeens, number 2, Tarek Skubal, number 3, whoever's facing Paul Skeens that day, which is hilarious. He did it again yesterday. I think I don't know what his final line was, but he shut out.
He pitched 5 innings, allowed no runs, and struck out 5 batters.
And they won that game.
They won the game.
But the Cardinals, whoever was pitching for the Cardinals, also shut out the Pirates. Let's just talk about that game. Have we got anything on that one?
So the Pirates offense has been really good lately. In the 4 games leading up to this one, they scored 7 runs in all of them.
Pirates are back, dude.
And so naturally, you're like, Paul Skeens is on the mound. The Pirates offense is hot.
Watch out, Braves. The Pirates right now have a one less win than the Braves right now.
Oh, my God.
Pirates have won 5 in a row, man. And 4 of those games were by a shit ton. Like, they crushed the Mets, outscored them like 40-3 or something. Then they played the Cardinals, beat them 7-0 in the first game. Then last night in a pitching duel, Paul Skeens beats the Cardinals. And Paul Skeens in his career has been like terrible against the Cardinals for some reason. I think he was like 0-4 going into this.
Probably with like what, a 150 ERA.
Yeah, you know how that works.
But yeah, Skeens pitches well. The Pirates don't score until the 8th inning. In the 9th inning, Cardinals gets runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. A chopper back to the first baseman. First baseman nails the runner at home. Pirates win 1-0. So bad teams are really hot right now.
I respect it. I also respect Paul Skeens as the groundskeeper. This was a funny little wrinkle in the Paul Skeens lore. Apparently, like this is the day he's starting, and pitchers when they start a lot of times are like complete psychos. They don't talk to anyone. They're so focused. They got their headphones in. They're doing training and workouts. You know, they're in the hot tub, cold tub, doing rehab, getting massages. This guy's on the field with the grounds crew, like raking the fucking dirt, like just talking to the grounds crew. They asked him after the game what he was doing. He's like, I was just bored. I wanted to talk to the grounds crew. And then he's like, yeah, I would actually, maybe after I retire, I'd like to cut grass.
That's a blue-collar man right there. That's an
Cut
American
grass
hero.
professionally.
Cut grass professionally. And I'm like, damn, does he have some Zach Greinke in him? Did we just misunderstand Paul Skeens? Is this just an autistic man? Because we look at him because he's dating Livy Dunn like he's a hot mega Chad, but he could just be autistic.
I wasn't until this. I was like, oh my God, we have another Zach Greinke.
Yeah. Paul Skeens, we thought he was a mega Chad. He's autistic.
The gray area between Riz and autism, I mean, it's apparent. It's like it's all over the place.
I know.
You see it everywhere.
And it could be a massive advantage for some people because, I mean, like, you know, you think, you know, autism, like you're bad socially, but a lot of times it just gets rid of the social cues where you just have like confidence. You'll just approach anyone and the girls are like, damn, this guy's like he's really knowledgeable about World War I. Like, that guy's smart.
Aurism, baby.
Got to respect it. Got to respect Paul Skeens. Got to respect Livy Dunn. Got to respect the Pirates, who right now are the hottest team in baseball.
Do you know where I think Paul Skeens belongs?
Where?
The Phillies.
The Phillies. I think he belongs in the Navy or the Air Force.
Air Force.
I had a dream about Paul Skeens that we were going to war, and I stumbled across like some Air Force training, and it was Paul Skeens like doing some training with the Air Force, and he was like doing like sprints, and there was a bunch of planes in the background.
Throwing bombs.
That's right. There is bombs in the news. What's going on with Iran, Jack? We getting out of this? What's going on?
Is it a stat?
Iran. Yeah. The new stat. Iran.
It's me,
It's
boy.
like sprint speed.
How many nuclear bombs have you hit this year? Okay, Red Sox versus Reds. This was a funny series too, man. Chase Burns versus Garrett Crochet. We teed this up last episode. We got a freaking pitching matchup for you right now. We got Chase Burns. Did I say Chase Young? I meant Chase Burns. Hottest young pitcher in the league. Comes out first game. Strikes out everybody against the Yankees. He's going against Crochet, who's got to be one of the best pitchers in the league this year, ain't he? What's Crochet's ERA? Second
like
most valuable according to WAR.
Right behind Scooble.
Yeah, which we just debunked, pitching WAR, but we will go off it now. Second best pitcher in baseball according to wins above replacement with a 2.26 ERA. He's facing the young and talented Chase Burns, and Chase Burns just got destroyed, baby. But now people think the Red Sox knew what pitches were coming against him. This is one of the top prospects in the league. He can throw 102 miles per hour. His first appearance, he struck out the first 5 batters he's faced. 3 of them were MVPs. The first 2 innings of his career, he struck out the side twice. His shit is nasty. He's throwing nasty 90-mile-per-hour sliders. No one can hit 100-mile-per-hour fastballs right down the middle. Nobody get it, but in his second start, this guy got 1 out against the Red Sox on Monday. He gave up 5 earned runs in the first inning. Okay, 7 runs total. Got 0 strikeouts, and Red Sox hitters swung and missed 1 time. Then cameras caught Red Sox hitters doing some whispering, discussing something on the on-deck circle, so everybody assumes he was tipping his pitches, and that's why he did so bad. But nobody really knows how. Have you seen this footage? Like, this every time someone tips pitches and they're like, oh yeah, look at this. I'm like, how can they fucking tell?
They're like, well, he's squeezing his glove at a 22-degree angle instead of a 26-degree angle. I'm like, are batters that good at picking up
You know what I'm
that?
saying? It's like you're looking at his like left knee, but the ball is coming out from his right hand up here. Like what is going on? Like
They clock that his knee goes that high instead of like 3 inches shorter. I really don't understand how hitters can process information that quickly. But I mean, they are elite hitters.
Yeah, there's one side by side that shows that like maybe he was tucking his front half more on a slider, but really you cannot. I mean, you have to really do frame by frame, and I don't think that was it.
We're watching it frame by frame. I cannot tell the difference between these pitches.
You can't.
I think his knee goes like slightly higher, but as a hitter, I just can't imagine processing it that quickly to go slider and then expect it.
There's another one that's a side by side that says it's his wrist. So his wrist positioning was slightly different on his fastball and slider. They're saying he either tucked his knee a little bit too much or his wrist was positioning a little bit. But to the naked eye, there is 0 difference between these. And who knows what it was? It could have been a third thing. Like, the Red Sox aren't going to come out and say, like, this is what we saw, or even admit that they had his pitches, obviously. But it seems pretty clear they had his pitches, all right? This guy went from getting 12 swings and misses in his first start to getting 1 swing and miss in his second start. I was looking at it, like, there's some pitches. There's this one slider he threw to Jared Duran to start it, which was a nasty slider with 2 strikes. The guy doesn't even flinch. He had an 0-2 count on, I forgot who was in the first inning. 2 strikes. There was a 99-mile-per-hour pitch on the corner. Rails it in the gap. And gets 1 out in his second start. But so life comes at you fast for Chase Burns. This guy gets called up. People are excited to see Chase Burns. Had an electric college career. Was the 2nd overall pick. I'm not sure what his prospect ranking was, but comes out in his first inning of his career, strikes out 3 batters in a row. Second inning of his career, strikes out the side. So faces 7 batters and strikes out 6 of them in his first 2 innings. Then goes on to give up 3 earned runs in his first start and 5 more in his second start. So right now, Chase Burns has a 13.5 ERA. That's crazy.
I wonder if it's something like how he sets his pitches in the glove before he even winds up. You know how like Jeremiah Estrada has to start with his splitter grip first?
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's a dead giveaway if he adjusts in his glove. I wonder if Burns is doing something while he like goes to his slider in his glove that the Red Sox picked up.
Yeah, I would guess that, but no one's been able to. The people at home have not been able to really figure it out. I haven't heard anyone on MLB Network figure it out, but I mean, I can say with 99% confidence that he was tipping his pitches in some way. Like, you don't just get wrecked that hard when you have a 90-mile-per-hour slider and a 99-mile-per-hour fastball like that. You don't go from getting 11 swings and misses to 1 swing and miss.
Did you see AJ Pierzynski? I think it was Pierzynski. He was like, Alex Cora is the best at gaining a competitive edge, legally or illegally, in baseball.
That's right. Shout out to the Apple Watches. Let's check for Apple Watches. We need an undercover umpire in that dugout for those Red Sox cheaters. They need everything they can because the Red Sox have not been playing well, and it's well documented. Did they beat the Reds? They haven't even finished a game yet, have they?
So, I mean, the first game they did beat
they
the Reds.
Yeah.
Wrecked them. Weiler Abreu became like the 6th player in MLB history with an inside the park homer and a grand slam in the same game. Yesterday, they had this nice little presentation to honor the 1975 team that made the World Series. And then the game got like suspended after 3 innings.
Wow, a presentation for a team that made the World Series.
I know, isn't it funny? They lost against the Reds. So this is what that is for.
The whole organization's gone to shit. It's like they have like 4 World Series, but they want to honor the losers. I'm just kidding. As a baseball fan, as a baseball historian, you have to respect the 75 World Series. I think it was the most watched World Series of all time, I want to say. One of those Reds versus... It was up there. That was the one with... Fuck, why am I blanking on who it was? Fisk. Carlton Fisk. Waving the ball fair. 7-game series against Pete Rose, rest in peace, Johnny Bench, still alive, and some other dead guys.
Good old Wikipedia has the 1975 World Series as the 6th most watched World Series in MLB history. Gotta
respect it. But I want to say Game 7 was the 2nd most watched game. But who cares? Who cares? Shout out to the 1975 Red Sox. Oh, and they had that guy, that pitcher who just passed away this year. Why am I blanking on his name? Who was a beast. It's not important. I just want to honor the 75. And I like the score bug. They kicked it old school.
I think you're talking about Luis Tiant?
Yeah, Luis Tiant. Legend. Love the 75 Sox. Love them almost on the 2025 Athletics, who... Jack, you're not going to like to hear this, but the Athletics have gone to Tampa Bay, and they've taken over. They've taken over Tampa Bay. They said Tampa gay.
Whoa.
We're the Athletics, and we're way better than you. They beat the Rays 2 in a row. Which you got to respect. The Game 1 was probably one of the greatest games I've ever seen. Not the greatest games I've ever seen, but one of the greatest play. There's this guy in the left field for the Athletics. First game in MLB. What is this guy's name? But the Rays are tied with the Athletics. 4-4 in the bottom of the 8th. We got our man Josh Lowe, the big bopper for the A's.
Jesus.
Franchise player. What, you mean, that's a hard one to say because you don't understand. Because
no, I'm watching the video.
Okay,
You're good.
Okay, good. Don't come after the top dog. Josh Lowe rips on the left field, and this guy just rushes it, fucking, like, plays it, like, just sprints at it, short hop, catches it with 2 hands, looks pretty unathletic, and then just janitor throws it. Whoop!
I mean, he threw himself.
Leaves his whole body, does a fucking cartwheel, not a cartwheel, a somersault, nails the guy at home. And that's how they win Game 1. I mean, they had the score after that, of course, but...
That was athletic, finally.
Very athletic for the Athletics.
Also, their jerseys are tough.
You like the yellows?
I like the yellow a lot, yeah.
I like the yellows, too.
Very Savannah Banana of them.
Respect the Savannah Bananas. Savannah Bananas are in D.C. Why didn't you guys go?
I did.
You went?
Yeah.
How was it?
It's fun.
You had fun?
I had fun.
You weren't going to bring that shit up?
I bought a Savannah Banana shirt just to wear on Sunday, and then I forgot, or Monday.
Oh my god, this little kid.
I was gonna wear a Red Sox jersey and a Braves hat to the Nats game if we went yesterday, and a green Red Sox jersey, which is pretty tough.
Why do you have
the
a Red Sox jersey?
I don't really know. Most of my family's from Boston.
You have a green Red Sox?
Yeah, I have like a Celtics Red Sox jersey.
You have one?
Yeah, it's fucking tough.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the New City Connects.
No, this is like, I got this probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, they wear those in spring training for St. Patrick's Day, I believe.
Was it the Red Sox or the White Sox who did the St. Patrick's Day in July thing? Like 20 years ago? I think so it was the White Sox. Manny Ramirez's last homer is in this green uniform.
Love it. Love St. Patrick's Day. Love the Irish.
Mine's
I love
different
Irish
than that.
people. If you're Irish, I fuck with you, dude. There's nothing better than St. Patrick getting the snakes out of Ireland. Ireland.
Totally true story and badass, bro. Fucking hell.
Gotta respect.
Do you have this one?
No, I'm starting to think mine might even be like unofficial.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It probably is.
It is. I don't think they ever wore.
It looks more like that one,
They wore like.
but it's a button-up
I
one.
think they wear green hats on St. Patrick's Day in spring training, but I'm not sure they wore a green jersey until this year. I do like the new green jerseys though. But back to the Rays, man, because you don't want to lose two out of three to the Athletics, and we were really, giving the Rays their props. I know that everyone gets mad when I call them NPCs. It's a term of endearment, guys. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying they're good. I'm just saying they're not, household names. That's how you guys get it. Like, how are Rays going to deny that their team's a bunch of NPCs? It's a bunch of guys no one's ever heard of. You play in a minor league park. You have a stadium that got its roof blown out by a freaking windstorm, dude. It wasn't even that hard of a hurricane. Lieutenant Dan was out there. He survived it. He spent the whole hurricane on the water, and your $1 billion stadium with a roof on it got torn apart. You guys,
Lieutenant Dan famously dead.
No, Lieutenant Dan. Remember that guy on TikTok who was like this, kind of crackhead homeless guy, and there was a big storm coming to Florida. Everyone was really scared of this huge storm that was getting so much press. And he's like, I'm not leaving. I'm staying here on the water. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, that's that Florida lifestyle right there.
Dude, the Florida
I never
boy.
evacuated once.
He was the most Florida guy ever because he did that, got a big deal to like live stream, and then said the N-word 2 days later. So, yes.
Still very Florida.
Extremely Florida. But point being, that guy survived the storm and the stadium couldn't. So that's all I'm going to say about the Tampa Bay Rays. And I love the Tampa Bay Rays. I love the Athletic. I don't really love the Athletics. But two minor league park teams playing against each other in a series. And right now it looks like the Athletics can't sweep because the Rays have won this one that's going on right now, 6-2. But one thing I had on this watching it last night is a guy that hasn't got a lot of attention, but Mason Miller has kind of struggled.
I was going to look up and see if there was like a certain benchmark. Like he was bad for these amount of games, but since then he's at a XXO ERA. And he hasn't had a mark like that. He allowed 3 runs in mid-June in a game. So it's like, I don't know what's going on. He throws 102, has a nasty slider, and is extremely hittable.
Yeah, it's weird because, I mean, we had we talked about it earlier in the season where he gave up like 3 hits and 2 of them are home runs and then had like a terrible ERA. So like, his like expected ERA is 86th percentile, his expected batting average 98th percentile, his fastball velocities averaging 101 miles per hour on the fastball. It's the best in the league. Chase rate's elite, whiff rate's elite, strikeout rate's elite. But he's walking guys, and for some reason, his barrel rate is terrible. Like, if you're connecting with him, you're hitting bombs. I want to say probably because he's throwing 2 pitches, fastball, slider. I'm going to guess that his, like, slider, he hasn't located well, and people are just sitting on the fastball because he can't throw the slider for a strike. Or he's tipping, Mitch.
The heat mark for Baseball Savant shows a lot of sliders off the plate, but I feel like if you're mixing a fastball slider combo, you kind of want those sliders slightly off the plate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it is tipping.
Weird. That the A's would be an organization where like the guy's been tipping for like 6 months straight and they just don't realize it because they're that dumb. No offense to the A's, but you guys are really fucking.
I mean, they've got other issues. The Rays or the A's do. They just want to make money in Las Vegas.
Yeah. It's funny because it's like the closest, like the A's and the Rays are 2 very similar franchises in so many ways, except that one of them is extremely fucking stupid, and the other one is extremely fucking smart. And you can guess which one is which. But I also love the matchup between Chandler Simpson and Denzel Clark, because they both just do one thing and they're insane at it, and they wouldn't be probably in the major leagues if they weren't playing for these two teams. And now they're facing against each other. I like that. And I'm not sure how they've really been doing lately. I don't know how good Chandler's been doing since he's got called back up, but I do like that matchup. Shout out to both the organizations. Ohtani hit a home run last night.
Number 30.
And it's so majestic. I love how, Aaron Judge hits a home run and you watch it on TV, you're like, okay, that was a good hit. But when Ohtani hits a home run, the way he just swings and hits it, it's like, holy fucking shit, that guy just hit a home run so far. And I'm sure Aaron Judge is hitting him farther or as far. But there's just something about an Ohtani home run. Every time he does it, you're just like, wow, I'm witnessing.
You know what I think it is? He looks surprised every time he hits a home run.
Don't even say that shit, dude. Ohtani's surprised when he hits a home run.
No, he's definitely not surprised. I'm saying he looks like he's like, did I do that?
No, I think Jack has never seen someone pimp a homer before. Aaron Judge, I don't feel like pimps it as well. Like Ohtani, know that ball is gone. Judge off the bat, there's like a slight, was that a pop out or a home run? Oh, it's a home run. Like, you never get that with Ohtani.
Yeah.
You know immediately he knows it's a home run.
Ohtani's home runs are a lot more violent. His swing's a lot more violent. Where Judge just kind of just is like 6'8", a fucking giant, kind of just throws the bat out and just knocks a home run. But Ohtani, when he hits one, as soon as he hits, you're like, holy shit, that's going 5,000 feet. I've done that a bunch of times where I'm like, I'll watch it live. I hit a home run. I'm like, I'm going to StatCast. That's the farthest home run of all time. I know it is. And then it's like, 410, which is good, but not anything late. Not anything crazy. But shout out Ohtani for 30 home runs. He's on your ass, Dumper.
5th 30 home run season of his career. And it's July, and he's already baked that in.
I know, pre-All-Star break, so he's on pace for...
What's his home run record for a season?
60?
Was it 54? His home run record or the home run record?
His.
Oh.
Didn't he hit 54 last year?
Sounds right.
What is the home run record?
71?
73.
And that was in 1482?
2001. You were alive to see it, Jack. How did you not?
I was too busy remembering 9/11, brother.
Who do you think, never forget, who do you think had the most, who had 73 home runs in a season, Jack?
Sammy Sosa?
No. So
Barry
close.
Bonds?
Yeah!
Oh, he got it!
They're the same guy to me. I think that's the problem we're having here. Because yesterday I said Barry Bonds when it was Sammy Sosa.
Yeah.
They're the same guy.
One of them's white, one of them's black. That's the only difference.
Come on.
Come
The
on
people
now.
don't like it.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Sammy Sosa, Sammy Salsa, Sammy Soda. Respect it.
Also tonight, 3,000 strikeouts probably for Kershaw.
Love it.
And I'm going on a limb and saying he might be one of the last 3,000 strikeout pitchers of all time.
Spencer Strider.
Strider's got a ways to go before he hits 3,000. There are only 3 active pitchers who are under 30 with at least 1,000 strikeouts. And it's Flaherty, who else? It's Dylan Cease, and then some other guy. And I just don't feel like any of them have that longevity to hit 3,000.
Yeah.
And aside from them, it's Garrett Cole and Chris Sale, who are even like within the realm of possibility.
Yep. We might have to wait till Skeens and Mizorowski. They'll get 3,000.
I mean,
15 years from now.
and in a season.
Yep. But the Dodgers beat the White Sox. Shocker. Are the Dodgers at 100% probability to make the playoffs yet? I want to say they're probably getting close. 99.8% chance the Dodgers make the playoffs. I think they're probably going to make it. And by then, all the pitchers are going to be healthy, and it's going to be like, all right, thanks for coming. We are the GOATs. We're the GOATs.
We should go to the games.
The World Series?
We should go to every game.
All right. I'm down.
Did you know Mookie Betts has a below average WRC plus?
I did see that. He's being not very good this year. He's a defensive player now. That's it. He's just good at shortstop.
He's worse than Xander Bogaerts.
No, he's not. There's no way Xander Bogaerts is the league average hitter right now. Is he?
He is. They have the same exact WAR. I think, and that's baseball on Twitter pointed that they have basically identical Savant pages.
I owe Xander Bogaerts an apology. I mean, they were making it act like he was having the worst season in MLB like 2 weeks ago. And granted, if you're paying him that much, yeah, you don't want a league average hitter at the plate, but he is a league average hitter. And Mookie Betts has not hit well. Maybe it has something to do with like him losing 25 pounds a week before the season.
That would do it.
It could hurt.
Yeah, but he was like crushing it at the beginning of the season when he was Skinny Betts, bro.
He was Skinny Betts. Bring back Skinny Betts. He's always been Skinny Betts, but he was very Skinny Betts. Now he's just league average Betts. It's not the Betts you want to be. He'll find it, though. Yeah, think about that. The Dodgers don't even, one of their MVPs is league average. Wait till he's above league average.
Also, Freddie Freeman had a terrible June. I think he hit like 200 for the entire month. And the Dodgers don't care. They don't notice.
Well, it helps to play the Rockies and the Royals, the White Sox, the Nationals, all in a row. But not to take anything away from the Dodgers, I will say, go on the record, they're a good team. They're a good team. I think they're gonna make the playoffs. But do the Mariners make the playoffs? Because that's the comp. Ohtani and the big dumper. Who's gonna win the home run champion? Ohtani, Judge, or the dumper? And out of those three, can the Mariners make the playoffs? They're playing the Royals right now. They also might not make the playoffs.
The Royals, I thought Caglione was going to save their offense. They have the second worst record in baseball, I think, since he's come up. Third worst record. 9-17.
Yeah. Caglione. He needs some time to adjust, but his stats so far are some of the worst in the league.
If you believe expected batting average and expecting slugging, you can say that, oh, he's been really unlucky. But right now he's hitting 150, has a 200 on base percentage, and is slugging 247. So
yeah, it's tough when you have an OPS plus of 26. You're never not going to have like your expected stats are always going to be way better than that.
I mean, his expected stats have him at like a 490 slugging.
Oh damn.
Second or most unluckiest player in baseball with at least 25 batted balls. But I mean, as of now, they've all been outs, and the Royals still have a bottom 3 offense in baseball.
Yep, Caglione, step it up. How have they been doing against the Mariners? You got anything on that series?
So, I mean, they've just split it. Cal Raleigh hit another homer. He's now within 1 WAR of Judge. Randy Arozarena has hit 3 homers this series. He's having actually one of the best seasons of his career. I think once he got traded from the Rays, we kind of forgot about him.
Which is funny to say. He was more popular on the Rays.
The Rays had a star player.
Yeah.
And now he's on the Mariners, and no one even thinks of him. But his WRC plus is the best of his career over a full season, excluding 2020. And yeah, good stuff. Yesterday the Royals won though, so they actually scored runs. Salvador Perez had a 3 RBI game, I think. Did you see he hit it like this long drive to center field, and J-Rod like goes up to catch the ball, and he basically pulled a Marcell Ozuna.
What's the Marcell Ozuna? Oh, he climbs up and then falls and he hits his face.
Climbs up, falls, and just whiffs at the ball. Like hits the low part of the wall.
Bad look for J-Rod. You're an athletic young man. I mean, Ozuna has an excuse. The least athletic man. The Royals are in a tough spot, man. 6 games below the Mendoza line at this point. 2-8 over the last 10. I mean, 4.5 games of wild card spots. So they're not out of it, but yeah, I mean, their pitching just needs to carry this team. The offense sucks. Mitchell. Also, but going back to the Mariners, they've also had that same issue where their pitching wasn't as good as we thought it was going to be. Like George Kirby, what's his stats this year?
His stats have been really weighed down by his first 2 starts. I think he has a 4 .50 ERA for the season, but if you take out those first 2 starts where he came back from injury, so he has a 4.85 ERA for the season, but his last 6 starts is something like a 3.19 ERA. So he's been a lot better after those 4 like garbage first 2 starts.
The Mariners have 3 starting pitchers with negative WAR right now.
Starters?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Bryce Miller, George Kirby, and Emerson Hancock. And Cook Hancock. I have sunglasses on. I don't know. But fuck it, man. They'll get back, though. I mean, if George Kirby's really fine.
He's basically been like Strider. Strider came back from his injury, and we're like, oh, is Strider cooked?
Yeah.
And it basically was like, oh, the Braves should have just sent him on a rehab assignment, and he's fine. Kirby was kind of the same way.
Yeah, damn. The Mariners are 7 games back from the Astros. They haven't even been playing that bad. 7 games back from the Astros. The big, mighty Astros. Nobody can beat the Astros.
Except the Astros.
Did you see that our man, Jordan, that hand, they shut him down, bro.
Still sore.
That sucks. He's relapsed. No, what was the joke? He's
addicted to hitting homers.
Yeah. So now he hasn't hit a home run in so long, it's just hurting. His body is breaking down even more. They're like, no, we need to rest your hand. You don't get it. No, you need to give this guy home runs or he can't. His body's falling apart. They try to do the detox method. It's not going to work. You got to give him some like fake home runs. Let him like, what's the word? You were a paramedic, Jack. What do you give a person when they're addicted to heroin? But
methadone, I think?
Methadone. So it's not real heroin, but it's a little bit of heroin to keep him good. He needs like a methadone home run. You gotta let him play MLB The Show or something like that.
Oh, that could work.
Yeah.
Also, should I download MLB The Show 2025? I got the PS5 now. I'm like, should I do it? Should I really learn ball from within? You know what I mean? Should I basically live the life of an MLB superstar? Or is it fucking boring?
That's a great game. I had to quit because I'm addicted to it.
Jack's going to come in. He's going to be too tired to produce. He'll be like, I pulled all-nighters playing Diamond Dynasty.
Playing Diamond Dynasty, playing bullshit sim games for like 12 hours so I can get as many coins so I can buy the Chipper Jones card that just came out. You know.
I would never do that. But if I played, would you play with me?
No. I've quit. I quit cold turkey. I can't play that game.
All right, leave it in the comments if I should download the friggin' whatever the game's called, and if you want to play with me.
MLB The Show. Please play with Jack Schwartz. He needs a buddy. He gets lonely when the pod cameras go off.
I don't even leave. I stay here the whole time.
He's actually never left this place. This is where he lives. You can't see his little bed behind Joey, but...
Fucking shit, dude. I can't believe the Marlins have a better record than the Braves. The Marlins are hot as fuck, too. The Marlins and the Pirates are the 2 best teams in baseball right now. They've won 8 of their last 9.
No, they've won 8 in a row. They've won 9 out of their last 10.
Jesus Christ. They just beat the Twins, who are an embarrassment. Sorry to the Twins fans, but you guys need to freaking step it up. I mean, Jesus Christ. But it's really about the Marlins. I don't understand this. Edward Cabrera throws a 96-mile-per-hour changeup. How is that possible?
Why are you reading your notes like this?
Like what?
He's embarrassed. The Marlins are better than the Braves. You hide your face, too.
We're showing the audience our system here.
I don't know. Sometimes I forget the camera's on, Jack. You know me. We like to keep it natural. But yeah, Edwin Cabrera, 96-mile-per-hour changeup. How is that humanly possible? Great game against the Twins. I hate it, too, for the Twins because they've stayed healthy. That hasn't been the problem. That's always been their problem is the stars aren't healthy. But Byron Buxton's having an amazing year. I don't know how Correa's doing, but he's been playing, hasn't he? And Royce Lewis, who was injured coming into the season, but he's been back. And Royce Lewis, for the first time in his career, hasn't been doing well.
So, yeah, Correa sucks. Below average hitter. Has less than a 1 WAR. Royce Lewis, I feel like he's torn so many ligaments in his body that the trainer's advice to take it easy has him hitting, 200. I don't know. He's terrible. But he if he tries to be good, his legs will fall off.
Okay. So you got to say, whatever you do, Royce, don't try. because they got him 26-year-old. They're 26 years old. They already got him on the Giancarlo Stanton fucking treatment. Where
I mean, he'll like jog to first and he tears his ACL or something.
God, sucks, man. Royce Lewis, love Royce Lewis. He'll come back. He'll be back, but not doing good this year. Byron Buxton's having an amazing year. I think this is like the best year of his career, and he's been healthy the whole year. But still, the Twins got nothing. They got nothing for the fans of Minnesota. The Minnesota people. You guys deserve a good ball club, man. You guys deserve some wins. Had to deal with Kirk Cousins, the Minnesota Wild. The Gophers haven't been good. When was the last time the Gophers were good?
What sport is that?
That's college.
College?
Dude. It's every sport. It's cold up there. Summers in Minnesota are beautiful, but when the ball club's not hitting on all strides, it kind of just puts a little grayness to the Minnesota. Minnesota. Oh my gosh. Gosh dang. All right, but what else before we wrap it up?
Well, the Nationals got a ad patch. Their tweet said, "Next Gen Attitude." Their ad patch is for the AARP.
Damn. And AR, that's for old people, right?
Yeah.
So why is that next gen? That should be the old gen.
Twitter user Mountain Lover says, "Nothing says next generation like the Association of Retired Peoples."
Well, I'm glad that the Nats, because the Nationals can get some money for some ads. Because the Nationals have been the one team that won't change the name of the stadium for like no reason. What is the deal with that? Like every other team is sold out, and it's not like they have like you could get at Wrigley Field. You're not going to name it freaking, what is a company? Name it A6 Park. You're not going to name it Nike Field. You're not going to call Fenway Halliburton Associated. You're not going to call Dodger Stadium freaking Boeing Park. But Nats Park, it's been here since like 2007. Just call it, but they won't do it.
Greeny's Park.
Greeny's Park. Who let the dogs out? I'm glad the Nats got a patch though. More money for the Lerner family. That's what I like.
They can finally afford their payments to Max Scherzer, who is making $15 million a year this year.
Respect.
For not playing for the Nationals. Jack, how did you celebrate Bobby Bonilla Day?
Tacos.
How did you celebrate, Joey? Did you not celebrate Bobby Bonilla Day?
It was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
I made a deferred payment to the Nationals by tickets that never happened, I guess. Is that a deferred payment?
I guess so. I mean, they paid you, though. Didn't they?
I paid them for those tickets for like 3 weeks ago, and then whatever. It was the opposite. Whatever. I didn't celebrate. I missed Bobby Bonilla Day. But I mean, that means like the Nats are paying Max Scherzer more than any player on their team right now.
Yeah.
Right?
So the next highest paid player is Nathaniel Lowe, who makes $10.3 million. Scherzer made $15 million just yesterday. Chris Davis got paid $9.16 million. Hasn't played for them since like 2021. That's more than all but 4 current Orioles. Manny Ramirez is making $2 million from the Red Sox this year. And Bobby Bonilla, still getting $1.19 million payments from the Mets. If you don't know about this.
So was that a smart move for Bonilla or not?
I mean, I think that's a genius move.
Because I mean, now you look at like Ohtani, he's deferred his payments, but with inflation, it's like if he got paid that much in 1990 or whatever it was, it would have been worth a lot more.
So he was set to get $5.9 million after he got released in 1999. But the Mets thought, we have this guy named Bernie Madoff who's investing our money. We can put that $5.9 million in a fund with Bernie Madoff, and we'll make more money than we will in 25, 30 years than we would if we paid out Bonilla 5.9. So they agreed to pay Bobby Bonilla $1.19 million for 25 years, which means Bonilla turned $5.9 million into $29.75 million. And then Bernie Madoff he was running a Ponzi scheme, so the Mets didn't make anything. And then they just quadrupled the amount of money that they owed Bonilla.
They would have just paid him $5.9 million. Instead, they paid him $29 million.
Yeah.
Why would you ever agree to that?
Because they thought that this dude, Bernie Madoff, was going to grow their money like exponentially.
I guess it makes sense, you know, with inflation, then, you know, you got the money now, it's worth more now than it will be then. You can invest it, 20% returns. Bernie Madoff's got a great track record. Then the goddamn IRS fucking comes in and says, you know what, bitch, you're fucking, or the SEC or whatever the fuck. God, fuck the SEC. Can we let these billionaires fucking do schemes? It's fun. Poppy, how long does this go till? 35, Mitchell?
2035. He still has 10 more years of payments.
That's going to be a great day. I mean, not a great day, but, you know, whatever. I mean, if we're still alive in 2035, that's like the last Bobby Neo day. It's going to be a big day on the internet. All right, let's get to some fan questions. Did Joey have a bad experience with bikes as a kid? Why does he hate cyclists? I love cyclists, man. I have my own bike. I like to ride my bike.
When did that come up?
I think I said fuck cyclists last episode as a joke.
You did.
But I actually I actually love cycling. Like, bro, cycling is fun. I don't do it a lot. A couple of years ago, I had an idea for a video where we're going to bike to 3 stadiums in 24 hours and try to catch a ball at every single game. So I was training to do that, and I was running up my cyclist shit. And I was riding. I biked 50 miles one day here to Mount Vernon, or my house to Mount Vernon. Great trail over here in where we live, Virginia, Washington, D.C. area, right on the Potomac. You see all the monuments? You go down Old Town. You go all the way to Mount Vernon. Then you go back. I love cycling. So if you're a cycler, Mr. Rigby, I know a lot of cyclists get a lot of shit, but I respect cyclists, and I like the Tour de France too. Underrated sporting event. It's coming up. Tour de France, sickest background sporting event ever. Put on in the background. The shit takes like 3 hours. It's not interesting until like the last 5 minutes, but dude, Tour de France. 2 thumbs up.
I think you and Barry Bonds need to clear the air and cycle together.
Oh, he'd blow me out of the water. Dude, some of those cyclists are
I feel like I see that he cycles like 50 miles a day.
Yeah. No, his Strava is notorious. Like, he's insane. He's insane, man. Some of those guys are really insane. I mean, I don't have all the cycling gear. That's my excuse. I didn't have the shoes with the locked-in shit, or I didn't even have a helmet, yo. Kind of badass. But, yeah, I don't even wear a helmet. No spandex or anything. But I could cycle. I love a cycler. I know you guys touched on World episode, but could you give a short segment on some other pitching and hitting advanced analytics? I'm new to analytical baseball, and I need a Gen Z explanation. We could do a quick one. We talk about OPS plus all the time. Explain that, Mitchell.
So OPS plus and WRC plus, they're essentially the same stat. Basically, 100 is league average. If you have a 100 WRC plus or OPS plus, it just means that you're a league average hitter. And then any number above or below is 1% better or worse. So if you have a 110 WRC plus, you're 10% better than the league average hitter. If you have a 90 OPS plus, you're 10% worse than a league average hitter. And it's basically, it factors in park environments, slugging, on base percentage. And it's just an easier way than looking at like OPS. Because if you're playing in Colorado and you have an 830 OPS, it's a lot different than if you have an 830 OPS in Seattle. Those park environments play very differently. So yeah, it's just how close are you to a league average hitter? And then you can just look at the number. If you see like Aaron Judge's 230 WRC plus, just means he's really, really good.
130% better than the average WRC plus. Yeah, I mean, that's any stat with a plus on it is it's really easy to understand, just because, you know, if it's over 100, it's good. The more it's over 100, the better. The more it's less than 100, the worse. The worse it is. OPS. I famously didn't even know what OPS stood for or how it was calculated until like a year ago. Like, I just didn't understand that the calculation for on base plus slugging was just taking on base percentage and adding it to your slugging percentage. I thought it was some advanced calculation, kind of like slugging percentage, which is kind of more complex. I don't really understand. I would never be able to do the math and find someone's slugging percentage.
The slugging percentage math-wise is kind of easy to add. You just...
Oh, I'm a fucking idiot then.
A single's 1 point, doubles 2 points, triples 3 points, home run is 4 points. And then you just multiply those all together, divide it by at-bats.
Yeah, that's easy. That was impossible. Can't do that off the top of your head, though. I'm saying if you looked at a guy's stats, you said, okay, this guy in 50 at bats has like 6 doubles and 3 home runs and 3 singles. I think that's kind of hard to calculate. Put it, okay, what's his slugging percentage? Take you a couple minutes.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to calculate batting average in my head because I can't divide 17 by 83.
But it's easy. You just divide.
But like in my head, I can't divide 17 by 83.
You take the at bats, you divide it by the hits. Pew. Now we're talking about, but this double's worth 2, and then that's a triple, so it's 3. Either way, stats are dumb. Don't look them up. Just if a player's good, you say he's the best player in baseball. If he's bad, you call him mid. If he's not great, you call him mid. If he's bad, he's the worst player in baseball. It's simple, guys. It's that simple. That's all the stats you need to know. Best player, worst player, mid player.
The only way to actually be a bad player is if you have criminal record.
Exactly. And even then, you got a guy, Marcelo Ozuna, great player.
Yeah, but he's like a fun criminal record.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. Well,
Okay.
I'm not sure you really know his criminal record, maybe, Jack.
Oh, I was thinking it was just DUIs.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, that's one of them.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not as fun as
My bad. Let's bring that one back.
the fun. Marcelo Ozuna. Yeah, but his criminal history is fun.
See, now I'm assuming there's a domestic abuse thing in there.
Yeah, allegedly. Misdemeanor. Nah, we don't excuse that, though. But,
Misdemeanor.
we all have
I barely know her.
We listen. Jack is be taking a leave of absence. Think about what he says.
You have to fucking kill me to get me off this mic.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next time at Podcast Doesn't Exist for episode 30. Oh, I got to pee so bad.